This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Monday, May 18th, 2026 in the morning. Today we analyze the urgent industry-wide response to a critical Microsoft Exchange Server vulnerability, the operational crisis within the Linux kernel mailing list due to AI-generated bug report fatigue, and the emergence of the LineShine supercomputer. We also examine the development of TRION, a multi-plane truth oracle, and the release of Semble, an agentic code search tool. Microsoft has issued a critical advisory regarding a spoofing vulnerability affecting the Outlook web access component of Exchange Server. Identified as CVE 2026-42897, this flaw is currently under active exploitation. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has issued a rare, high-priority directive urging all organizations to bypass standard patching cycles and prioritize immediate remediation. This vulnerability allows remote attackers to spoof identity protocols, effectively bypassing authentication layers. Because the exploit is active, organizations should treat all internal email traffic as potentially compromised until the latest security update is deployed across all Exchange nodes. The Linux kernel development process is facing a structural breakdown caused by the automation of vulnerability discovery. Linus Torvalds has officially signaled that the security mailing list is becoming unmanageable. The root cause is a massive influx of duplicate, AI-detected bug reports. These automated tools are identifying thousands of theoretical edge cases, many of which are non-exploitable or redundant, forcing human maintainers to spend their entire bandwidth on triage rather than actual kernel improvements. Torvalds has mandated a documentation update to divert these reports to a new public system, asserting that treating AI-generated non-secret bugs on private mailing lists is a waste of time for all contributors. Recent intelligence confirms the existence of LineShine, a new supercomputer developed in China. It is achieving 1.54 exaflops of performance. Critically, it achieves this massive scale through a CPU-only architecture, bypassing the current international bans on high-end GPU exports. The machine packs 2.4 million ARM v9 cores designed by Huawei. This development is a significant signal that the reliance on specialized GPU hardware for large-scale AI training is not a permanent strategic constraint. By shifting to a massive, distributed CPU-based fabric, developers are finding alternative pathways to maintain compute sovereignty.
Ethereum researchers have introduced TRION, a multi-plane behavioral truth oracle. Unlike traditional oracles that focus on the accuracy of price feeds, TRION defends against the manipulation of the entity behind a transaction. It measures behavioral coherence across multiple data planes. By assigning a dual-strand cryptographic identity to participants, TRION can detect if the actor initiating a transaction is acting within established behavioral norms. This is a crucial evolution for decentralized finance, where malicious agents often use valid keys to conduct abnormal, exploitative actions that standard automated systems cannot flag.
In the software development space, a new tool named Semble has been open-sourced. It is a code search agent designed specifically for AI systems. The creators observed that coding agents, like Claude Code, often struggle to navigate large code bases without resorting to inefficient, token-heavy operations like repeated grep commands or launching subagents. Semble indexes code in a way that allows agents to query complex structures using 98% fewer tokens than traditional methods. This shift is critical as developers move toward complex, agentic coding environments, where the cost of looking at the codebase often outweighs the cost of the actual task. Community chatter is dominated by three primary concerns. First, the ongoing tension between the United States and China in the biotech sector is forcing investors to choose sides, with many viewing the integration of Chinese biotech as an existential risk rather than a simple supply chain partnership. Second, the community is observing a surge in agentic autonomy for robotic teams, specifically noting the work at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory. They're deploying architectures that enable multi-robot systems to adapt to dynamic environments without centralized control. Finally, we note the release of the Small Code tool by Dorman 1199-1. It is an AI coding agent optimized for 4 billion parameter models, achieving 87% benchmark accuracy. This confirms the trend toward high-performance, edge-local AI agents that do not require cloud-scale infrastructure to perform high-level logic tasks.